Welcome to Mjällby FC, a football club in the southeast of Sweden in the region of Hällevik. With a population of just over 800, they play in a 3,000 capacity stadium and faced bankruptcy just 9 years ago. With victory against Gothenburg on Monday, they'll be a Champions League team from next season. It's an incredible story which is told on the Added Time podcast by Chief Executive Jakob Lennartsson and First Chairman Magnus Emeus.
You know, the losing mentality of the club and the finances of the club were really on a downhill. So we had a bad season 2016 as well. We were in bankruptcy. You can say we were on the verge of being relegated to the fourth tier, actually. Saved ourselves with nice results the last 3-4 games of the season. We saved ourselves. And at that time, the only positive thing with when things go really, really wrong is that you can do dramatic changes.
First of all, the story now is that we are in top in Allsvenskan. If you should like do the easy way in the short version, the reason is that we have really good players and coaches. But you can also still the question, why do we have that kind of quality of players? And of course, it's lots of work for a long time from many people that have put us in a situation where we can have a squad that actually not only is on the top, we are in the top with 11 points, and we have also play really good and confident. So it starts with that we have created a club that is quite small if you look at the economy, but it's really stable, and we are feeling good about the economic situation. So we have one of the less money in Allsvenskan, but we also have one of the cheapest clubs in the whole Sweden, because we have so much cost control in our mindset and how we like strategic way work with investments and how we build our organization. So that's one point. We also have created a great environment in Istanbul, and I talked to you before the interview with three identity words with loyalty, passion, and hard work. And it's so easy that you stay that you stop there. When you talk identity, you create some nice, good words, and you think everything is fantastic. But we have also worked really hard to put the words with behaviors. So every employees and players and coaches, from the youth to the senior in the office, will have some things that they can, some behaviors they can do in the normal day to show the identity. I think it's one of the things, how you create an environment. So today we have an environment at Stammarland that everybody, players, coaches, and the one that works in the office can go and first of all have really fun. We love to go and work for Mjällby AIF, but we also feel that we can be better humans on and off the pitch and educate.
We have a capacity of 3,000. It's not it's not the size of it which is the biggest problem. There are so many things you have to be able to manage. It's a long list of requirements from UEFA, which of course makes it more or less impossible for a small club like us to be in line with all these requirements. But it is what it is. We cannot do too much about that. We didn't want to jinx anything, so we haven't contacted other clubs until maybe the last couple of weeks, when we know that there will be a European game. If it's Champions League or Europa League, we don't know, or Conference League. But of course, if you look at the map, there are 3-4 places we could think of. But of course, it will not be what we wanted, to play at our home ground, close to the Baltic Sea and with a full house. It will be different, but we have to cope with it and try to do the best out of it.
I just want to go back to the area and the sort of town and that lovely story you told me about the two villages merging together.
Yeah, 1939, there were two small football clubs, and they decided to go together and merge. Then they decided that it's probably 6-7 kilometers apart. So they agreed that, okay, we will get the name Mjällby, but then we will play in Hällevik. So that was the other club. So they dealt with it in the way that, okay, we take your name, but we play in our place. So, and then, I don't know if you have seen in the picture, but I mean the location is fantastic. It's as I said, it's a miss-kicked free kick from the Baltic Sea, and of course, being so small, being able to play football at this level, it's of course very difficult to explain. I think I touched it previously a bit that. We had a team in late 70s who made the impossible possible, because that's one of our buzzwords, you can say, to really be able to go from the 4th or the 5th tier to Allsvenskan at 1979, where I also mentioned that Tobias Lindor's father joined the team when coming back from a professional career at Marseille. And that team created some crazy or insane expectation from the region that Mjällby should be on this level. I think that everyone who has been the club director or a chairman of the board since then have been forced to live with that expectation. I think that helps, because it's like business. If you have tough customers, you need to be on your toes. And this is also what I have been forced to do with the fans, expecting us to have this kind of success. But of course, this year beats everything, of course.
Well, you mentioned Tobias Linderoth, who many people will know from this country, from his time at Everton, and his father was a very famous Swedish footballer. And I was going to touch on the local people. Of course, he lives, I think, 300 yards away from the ground, and actually runs your car park, helps to run your car park. Is that right?
Yeah, he's a part of that's a lot about Mjällby, because a number of retired people, fans, because we have so many people. I mean, on a match day, we have up to 100 people working for free to support the club with everything from sales and parking and arrangements, security, and all these kind of things. And that's how the club is built, and they are so important for us to be able to, for one, I mean, managing our finances, because our finances, I mean, our income is rather low, so we need to find good ways, as I explained before, I mean, to be good at what is for free. And I mean, this group of people, Anders Linderoth, one of them, is really says a lot about the identity of the club, I think.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess, because of that, there's a fantastic team spirit, not just within your team on the pitch, but around the club, within the club. Is that what you base your success on, that camaraderie, that team together?
I think so. Again, team spirit you can develop, doesn't cost too much money. And we have been, I think we have probably one of the best, or maybe the best team spirit. I mean, it's very difficult to compare, but we have to have it, because otherwise we will never be able to compete on this level, both as an organization to be able to manage the club at that level, and also for our teams to perform on the pitch. So, of course, it helps. I mean, we have a lot of previous top players in Allsvenskan who are from the neighborhood and who are from Mjällby, who is still in our academy. Our director of academy is Patrik Bagan Rosengren, for instance. He played successfully for many years, and we have had a lot of former players working in the academy, and helps, of course, to you can say keep the identity alive and let new people, young academy players, to really learn them the Mjällby way and the Mjällby identity, in order for them to have better opportunities actually to reach the first team.
And just a word about your coach, Anders Torstensson. He's had a tough time as well just recently, from a health point of view as well. I mean, and to do what he's done is such a fantastic thing.
I mean, Anders is one of the guys. He's been spent since he was very young boy. He played in the youth team, so he's been with the club forever, you can say. And he together with his assistant coaches and all the coaching staff is doing a tremendous job. And Anders is, of course, the leader of that team. Where his ability to prepare for games, and his ability to, as a tactical mastermind sometimes, and his ability to make sure then to delegate within his team. I think he has a lot of competency within management and leadership, and then of course he cannot do that alone, so he needs the full squad. And of course, as he was diagnosed the other year for a potentially terrible disease, I think he's been managing that part as well tremendously, and hopefully that will never break out for him. So I think he's one of the guys here who has been important, of course, for the success for many years.
And I know you're a Leeds United fan yourself. I mean, did you ever think you'd be, when you were supporting Leeds and coming over to Ellen Road, did you ever think that you might be hoping that it was them who could get into Europe and meet you rather than the other way around?
I hope that I'm really offering to. I've offered my services. I don't know. I mean, as I mentioned, I mean, I've been a lifelong Leeds supporter since the early. I'm so old, so I remember the early 70s. I was not that old at that time, but I remember that time, and I've been, while they are singing in Leeds, their ups and downs, and of course there's been a lot of downs. But I've been probably visitor to Ellen Road up to 70 times, 70. So, and of course, I'm watching all their games. And before, when they were not broadcasted in Sweden, I was listening to the English radio and listening to every game, every Saturday, every midweek game. So, yes, I know a lot about them, and I would be happy to share the actually experience, because I think that they can learn from Mjällby for a couple of things, I'm pretty sure. So, hopefully, someone listen to this and they will contact, and I will be happy to really show them how we have done it, because I'm sure they're not working like we, and I think they could really be helpful from that.
I'm sure they'll be delighted to listen, with the success you're enjoying at the moment. What's next for Mjällby? I mean, because your expectations are going to rise again. Ready for that? Does it fill you with any sort of anticipation?
As I said in the beginning, one of the philosophies in continuous improvement. And of course, one can ask, okay, if you finish the number 1 or 2, it's not so it's not so easy to improve from that. But I think that one of our strengths is that we are having both our feet on the ground all the time, and we know where we are. We of course have to develop new KPIs in order for maybe to have a rolling 3 years position in the league or something like that, so we can still be able to push ourselves to on a 3 or 5 years average time we can work with. But of course, but we shouldn't be foolish. Of course, if we would win this year, of course, you get the taste of more. But we will never lose the grip. We remember where we came from. We do things in the right order. We don't start taking risks, jeopardizing what we have achieved. That will not happen as long as I'm in the club, at least. But of course, with the means we have, and of course we are increasing our transfer income, but as we have been selling and probably will sell even more players. So of course that will help us to at least try to maintain and stay on this level, which we have achieved this year. I know we have a lot of players who would not accept anything else, that we go for it next year as well. If we should finish number 1 this year, of course, we will try to do as good as possible next year. But we will do it in the Mjällby way. We will not do it in how other clubs do it, for sure.
No compromise.
No compromise on that, because, as I said, I mean, that it can taste well for 1 or 2 years, and then it doesn't taste so well. There's a lot of good examples in England as well, where the clubs are really in big difficulties, and then you have taken too much risks. And I mean, we are here for the supporters. We are a membership-owned club, and we are working for them ultimately. And I don't think they want us to jeopardize the club's future by taking too high risk to get really to lose the connection with the ground and try to achieve things which would jeopardize, as I said. So we'll see. We'll finish this season first, and we'll take the next steps after that.
And just finally, Magnus, it's been fascinating talking to you. Come next Monday night, and you get the 2 points you need, I think, against Gothenburg. How do you celebrate? What will be the celebration?
You know, I know that the one they don't talk to me about, or the one they don't talk about potential celebrations in the club is me, because they know the superstition as me, and these kind of things. So, you know, being in the position we are, of course, we need to play. I know that there are people in the club who has to be prepared for whatever, because we needed to be prepared last weekend. Now we have to be prepared both on Sunday when our competitor plays, and of course on Monday. I don't know, but if that would happen on Monday, I don't know exactly the celebrations, but that will be a memorable day. If it's whatever happens, I would say. But I really hope, talking for myself, being a businessman so many years, that one thing we are not too good at is to enjoy. Because, and that is the flip side of that coin is, of course, that you always want to improve, and because you don't want to be fat and happy. But I really hope that we can really stay for 1 or 2 days and enjoy, if that day comes, that we would be crowned the champions in Sweden, and really enjoy before, in the spirit of continuous improvement, try to do things, because we can do a lot of things in the club better, of course. So I hope that will be memorable. I'm sure it will be memorable. I hope myself and the others will stay in the moment and enjoy. But again, as I said before, we don't take anything for granted. We need an extra win. We know things change in football and in other sports, so we have to take one game at a time. It sounds boring, but we will do that, and then we take the celebrations.
Do you do open top bus tours in Sweden?
No, I know. I saw the one, speaking about Leeds again, I saw their open top tour last season where they were champions of the championship. I don't think so. I don't have any memory of that, but I think that's a great tradition of yours you have in the UK. I saw Liverpool's when they were, it's amazing. I saw the Leeds one. I think there were 300 or 100 or 100,000 people in the city. So maybe we'll see. We have to act quickly to find an open top bus.
The good thing is, with 800 people in population in the village, everyone will get a ticket. That's the main thing.
Everyone can get into the bus, yes.
Right.